Hey YouTube, so today I'm making puff pastry, and this puff pastry is actually a little bit of work but well worth it, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I say that it's pretty easy and isn't as much work as you think it might be. What I have here is 2 cups of flour and 1 cup of butter that was really cold and I grated down. You can keep this in the freezer while you're getting all your other ingredients ready, just to make sure that it stays nice and cold. My butter here is salted, so I am not going to add salt to my flour here. If you decide to try this recipe and you use unsalted butter, you can go ahead and add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to your flour. And the third ingredient is water. I have about 1 cup of really cold water here, of which I'm probably not going to use more than 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to start by adding a 1/2 cup of water to my flour here. If you have a food processor and you want to try it that way, you don't actually have to go through the step of grating the butter. You could just cube up your 1 cup of butter instead. But because I'm making it by hand, this is a lot easier, and I'm going to just dump the butter. The idea is to keep the butter and flour as cold as possible, so I'm going to try to quickly work this into a ball, and I'll come back. I'm just showing you here, I've tried to mix it up and I've got this bit here that's a bit crumbly, so I'm going to go ahead and add another 1/4 cup of water to this. So you can see here, it's in a ball. It's a tiny bit too sticky for me, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour over it, and that way it'll be easier to roll out. I'm going to put some flour on the bottom and on the top as I'm getting ready to set it out on my board here. My hope is to get it to a large, tall rectangle. So I've rolled it out. You can see there's pockets of butter, and that's perfectly normal when you're making puff pastry. And it looks a little rough right now, but it will start to smooth out as you go through this process. So the process is to put it up halfway and then flip the other half over, sort of like you're making an envelope, and press down. And then it's going to go in the fridge for about 15 minutes. You can try to make this process go a little bit faster by putting in the freezer for about 3 or 4 minutes and then another 5 or 10 in the fridge. But you really have to watch it, because if you do leave it in the freezer too long, it will start to get crumbly. But I'm going to go freezer for 3 minutes, fridge for 5, and come back and roll it out. Okay, so it's been about 8 minutes. I took it out of the freezer, then the fridge, and I have my parchment paper underneath. I'm going to roll this out. So all I'm going to do is turn it the other direction. So you're going to flip it the opposite direction, or 90 degrees, and roll it out. I'm going to go ahead and do this 4 more times. So it's a total of 5 to 7. Some people say no more than 7. Some people say no more than 5. I'm just going to do this 5 times because the faster the better. So here I've rolled it into a pretty long rectangle. I'm just going to fold it again over itself. And this will be rollout number 3. Okay, it's rolled out, and I'm just going to fold it over. This is my 3rd time here. Okay, 5th and final roll out and fold over, and now it's ready. If you want to put it in the fridge, you could do that. I'm just going to go ahead and make my puff pastries now, so I'm not going to put this back in the fridge to chill. I'm just going to go straight into making my puff pastries. So that's how you make puff pastry. I'm going to make a video right after showing how to make a puff pastry dessert with this same dough. So I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and hope you're having a great day.